Boom, we're back, and I must say we have a pretty fun and interesting role today as we have the Professor, Brock Larson, going up against one of our purple belts, the Asian Persuasion, Mike. And what makes this round more fun and interesting is that it's a bit vicious on Brock's behalf. He lets go a little bit if he puts a lot of work on poor Mike here, but we're gonna have to see how that all unfolds. Mike is sitting in top side control for this time, but Brock grabs an underhook, and with this underhook he gets a deep waist and he hits him with a really low effort sweep. Mike was so scared of Brock attacking the legs that he just completely bailed on any top position he had, and now he's looking for underhooks against Brock. But you can see that these underhooks are completely useless. Brock has his arms really low to the ground, so any elevation that Mike thinks he could pull out with the underhooks is not going to happen. Instead, Brock starts attacking the legs, and he's even going to sit back and start attacking the feet. This is brand new to see on the channel because Brock never goes for footlocks. Brock takes some time to decide what attack he'd like to do, and he's first looking for the inverted heel hook, but then Mike does a nice job covering it, so Brock transitions and he's going right into the ankle lock. The thing to note is that Brock adds a little bit of turn to the ankle lock, making it much stronger, and he's also going belly down. If you can go belly down on an Achilles lock, you're going to add so much pressure to the lock, it's going to be really hard for them not to tap out, especially if you're able to turn their ankle at the same time. Adding a little bit of turn gives you so much extra power. That submission took less than a minute, but we're going to follow it up with my question of the day. My question is, what is your current rank? I know I've asked this question before, but I like to stay up to date with what all my viewers' ranks are so I can constantly be following your progress. Let me know in the comments below what rank you are, and I'll try and respond back to you. Also, while you're down there, you may as well like the video, because if you like that submission from Brock, you're going to get to see some more awesome work from him during this round. And if you don't like the video, Brock might even come out and ankle lock you, and you don't want that to happen. Now, the number one rule when rolling with Brock, and it's a lot easier said than done, is do not give Brock the underhook. Anytime that Brock can grab the underhook, he's gonna sweep you. He has a deep waist on Mike again, and he's even pulling the ankle. All he has to do from here is continue to work up, pull the leg in, he's gonna get a very easy sweep. Mike is going for a guillotine, and it looked like it could have been applied a little bit more, but he let go immediately as soon as Brock got on top, and now he's having to face Brock in guard once again. One of the most crucial aspects in Jiu Jitsu to make you better at the sport is to be patient. Brock is an extremely patient man when he's working on top of you and he's in a strong position. He doesn't want to move past Mike's guard this time because Mike is doing a good job fighting the hands and fighting the wrists. He wants to make sure he has everything on his terms before he decides to advance past this guard. But at the same time, Mike isn't a chump. He knows that he has to keep enough space from Brock because if you let Brock set up a pressure pass, he's definitely going to pass to your guard in less than a second. So he starts extending Brock and he even hits a nice tripod sweep on Brock. Unfortunately, that was actually Brock's entry into the 50-50. Another big part of Jiu-Jitsu is when you're with somebody far more advanced than you, usually when you get a move, it's actually going to end up being their move in the end. Mike is kicking ferociously because he knows what's about to happen. He knows Brock is again looking for the foot, but instead, this time, he's looking for the inverted heel hook, and he does such a nice job pushing the leg out of the way so he can get his arm right under the heel where it needs to be, locks his hands together, and Mike has to quickly tap, otherwise he's not going to be walking with that leg for quite a while. It's always great to see Brock do new moves on the channel, but that's still not the most ferocious submission of this round, so make sure you watch the entire video so you can see what happens next to poor Mike here. Mike starts his next round off hot by going for a really good passing sequence. He first goes for a cartwheel pass, then he's going to do a shirk pass, and when that doesn't work, he's going to hop back over the leg and he gets right into side control. But Brock reminds him that being the coach means you can do whatever you want to your students and make them feel like they're useless. So he pushes his arm and he returns back to the open guard with one small motion to counter all three of Mike's big attacks. It's always great to see the fundamentals work really well in Jiu-Jitsu. Mike did all those passes and all Brock had to do was shrimp a little bit to guard. Unfortunately, fundamentals only work in one way. The more experienced person can do it to the lower rank belt, and the lower rank belt just has to take it. Mike is sitting back for single leg X, and it was actually a pretty good transition into single leg X, and he even elevates Brock's leg enough that he can make him look a little bit foolish as he's trying to run away. Then we get into some leg drags, but it's not really fun to watch because Mike is staying at distance the whole time. I can't blame him. I would also want to stay at distance from Brock, but it doesn't do much for the round. So as we speed up and they finally get back into this position where Brock's going to be attacking, Brock does a big oopsie, gets his own first duck quack moment as he missed the leg as he was trying to fall back for it, and now we're going to get some wrestling in between the two. After Brock finishes tying his pants, we can see a big energy expenditure difference between the two. Mike is trying to move all around, set us some good shots, and Brock is kind of just standing there waiting to counter Mike. Mike goes for a single leg and Brock grabs a nice whizzer, and this transitions right into this nasty standing guillotine. He's lifting Mike off the ground and he gets an easy tap, and we definitely have to rewatch how it happens. Once Mike is lifted out of the air, this is pretty much a guaranteed submission. Even Zach in the background is impressed watching it, and how can't you be? I love the guillotine, and it's even better if you can lift someone up. That's already 3 submissions for Brock, and it's always nice to be humbled by your professor. Now I have some pretty interesting video content in the future that I have planned, and it includes Brock. We're going to be having the entire gym challenge him, and I'm not going to give all the details at this time. But if you want to see content like that, you're going to have to make sure that you're subscribed to my channel so you don't miss any of my videos. I'm always making new videos come out, and they're lots of fun just like this one. Mike is doing his last little hurrah moment, trying to get past Brock's guard and maybe try and submit him. We can tell that Brock is just having fun this entire time as he's smiling at the camera. As Mike moves too high, Brock grabs the underhook. And of course, when he has the underhook, he gets the sweep. If you appreciate the video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you to all my current viewers and patrons. I appreciate all of you. But before you go, if you want to look extremely stylish doing jiu-jitsu or other sports, make sure to check out xmartial.com from my link in the description below, so you can get awesome gear like I have, and you can use promotion code Tyler10 to save extra money.